Hi guys, welcome to Deecodes YouTube channel. So in this video, we'll be seeing about the latest LTI Mindtree technical interview experience. It happened on August 6th, 2024 for EC department's candidates. So let's dive into that. But before that, I'd like to show you my YouTube channel, Deecodes, where I've been consistently uploading LTI Mindtree technical interview experience. And also, I've started with Zoho's coding question that has been asked in last week in L2 round for software developer position. So it will be really useful for you if you watch it and give me a subscription, like and comment and share my content with your friends and ask them to subscribe too. And I've also been uploading shorts where it has Java MCQs, which is asked in MCQ rounds of various companies. You might make some mistakes in it, right? So I've covered that part only. So each short is not even of a 1 minute time. It's less than that, a few 45 or 40 seconds only. So if you give it a watch, it will be really useful for you. Okay, now let's dive into our video. Okay, so this was for EC department candidate. So the duration was 30 to 40 minutes. The standard time, it usually takes that much amount of time, and it happened virtually in Teams. Okay, so let's move into our video. So the first one was asked was self-introduction. Basically, it is a standardization. Self-introduction is asked everywhere. So they test your communication skills, if you can confidently express yourself, if you can put together words properly and be confident and expressive. So kindly be prepared for that. If you want any template or anything, kindly do comment below. I'll try to put up a video for that too. So the next one was since the person was from ECA department, they asked questions from this candidate's core subject, which is signals and systems, one of the core subjects. So they asked questions like define a signal, define a system. So what is the difference between a signal and a wave? So they can ask these kind of basic questions. You don't they don't ask advanced questions. They ask very basic questions, and also the standard questions. What is an analog signal? What is a digital signal? So like that. So if you're from non CS background, don't worry. Okay. For example, if you're from triple E, they might ask from machines, electrical machines, standard questions, difference between alternator, generator. They might ask that. So those are all the standard questions that every interviewer asks for that each department. So kindly be prepared only on that. For example, difference between AC and DC, stuffs like that. So if you want, I'll put up a video for that too. Please do mention in the comment box if you want it. Okay, so you'll have many subjects, right? So standardly they ask only from few subjects. So prepare that one efficiently and also refer these questions because these are standard questions. And moving on, they asked about the comfortable language and rate yourself in it, rate themselves in it. You can choose any language that you are comfortable, that you know well. So kindly choose one language which you know completely, which you can code comfortably. For example, if it is C++, say C++ or C, Python or Java, or don't say something that you don't know. Okay, so each language is best in its own features. So always say in which you're comfortable in. Okay, so the next question was since the candidate said Python, so he was given four Python codes orderly and was asked to predict the output for each of these. Okay, kind of like debugging questions, like MCQ questions. So it was asked, and according to the interview's conditions, the person has also wanted to modify the code. Okay. For example, they might give some edge cases and ask you to modify it. So you need to have that basic understanding properly. So that's why I have in my channel I have these shorts videos. Okay, these can be asked in predict the output rounds for Java. For Java, so kindly give it a watch. This will be really useful for you. They are not even a minute, so you can learn something from this useful. Okay, so kindly prepare it and let's move on to the next one. So not only debugging MCQ question was asked, but also a program question was asked. That is calculate a program with less complexity. So calculate a program, we all know, right? But you should code it in less complexity. I have the file for that. So the calculator program with less complexity means it should be O of 1. So constant time complexity. So you can use a switch case and you can code this one up. So for example, you can get two numbers, store it using scanner, and you can get the operation that you want to perform. And depending upon the input, you can write the switch cases. Okay, so this code is written in Java. So if you want this document, please do comment below. I'll send it to you. I'll put it in the description box also. So kindly be prepared. So O of one switch case. So remember, so all of these basic coding questions, like I've already said in another video, like Fibonacci series, Armstrong number, prime numbers, greatest among two. So all of these basic kind of questions, kindly be prepared with that. Okay. And then the next one was SDLC. So SDLC, we all know it's software development lifecycle. So basic questions can be asked. Okay, explain that flow chart. You'll have that lifecycle flow chart, right? They might ask you to explain that. And types of SDLC. So these are all the expected questions you might have from it, and it was also asked. Okay, so if you take SDLC, these are all the things that they might ask. That like they can't go away from this spiral, waterfall, V method, iterative and incremental, and Scrum is an agile methodology. They might also ask questions on that. So kindly be prepared. So I've got a comment in my previous videos, like our non CS students are also asked with the same level of questions as CS students. So seeing the interview experiences, you can see, right? SDLC, it is a CS subject, but for ECE students, it is also asked. So ECE is from non CSIT. It is asked. So it is very good to be prepared. So watching all of these videos, you might have got some knowledge, right? So kindly revise all of these questions. So if you're from EC or EEE department, non-CS department, you need to be kind of strong in your core subjects, only the basics, and see my videos and you will get the idea. So what kind of technologies, what kind of questions are asked. Okay, let's move on to the next one. And then in SQL, the interviewer asked about SQL functions and asked the candidate to mention the SQL functions, whatever the functions he knew. So we have many kinds of SQL functions: aggregate functions, string functions, numeric, math, date functions. So from this, if you take aggregate functions, we have some min, max, average, count, and all, right. So kindly be aware of it. So for LTI Mindtree, always focus on the basics, very basics. But for CSIT, they might ask advanced concepts too, and from a wide range of concepts too. Like you've seen the last IT video, right? They covered like C++, Java, right? So that is like really. Not confusing, but that is a different experience. They cover different things, especially if you're from CSIT, and you might also get advanced concept. For example, in SQL, you have views, triggers, indices. They ask that actually, not in LTI Mindtree, but in other interviews. So if you're from CSIT, cover the basics and study advanced concepts also. For ECE EEE, cover the basics intermediate level and study your core subjects also. Okay. So for string functions, numeric functions, math functions, date functions, date, time. So all the functions you need to remember. The next one is they also asked a query. So if you can see SQL related query is mandatory in all of these interview experiences. They asked at least one query. So how to create tables in SQL? So it is very simple, right? Create table, table name. It is a DDL command. So kindly be prepared with it. All of those languages we have DDL, DML, DCL, TCL. So kindly be prepared with it. Those are all standard questions. So finally, the interview was concluded with why LTI Mindtree and do you have any questions? So these are all like HR related questions. Why LTI? Why did you choose LTI Mindtree? So if they ask this question, you can say that so my values and the company's values match. So if I get an opportunity to work here, I feel like I can I can bring something new, showcase my talents, and it will be really beneficial for both the company and me. You can say that. So you need to be confident that you can bring about a change in this company. You just say that with confidence, okay? So I will put up a HR video, separate HR video, in the upcoming in the upcoming days. So kindly do give it a watch also. So and if you they ask like, do you have any questions? You can ask so, what are all the challenges faced by the freshers in the LTI Mindtree? You can ask that question, or you can say, "What skills do you expect to work in LTI Mindtree? How do I equip myself with that?" So, with these things, you can get a basic understanding of what they expect, right? So don't say no. So this will show that if you say no, they might think that you're not interested in this role. So always show your interest, ask questions, and you can also ask. So how did this? How did I do? Do I have any room for improvement? Because if you get selected, that's good. But if you don't get selected, you need to know why, right? So that you can improve in the next interview. So that's why the question is always mandatory. You need to ask that to know about yourself. Okay, so interview is not a one-way thing, it's a two-way thing. The interviewer is interviewing you, and at the same time, you also are also interviewing the interviewer. You are saying whether this company will suit you, like that. So that's why you always need to ask questions. You can also ask about work-life balance, and there are so many things I'll cover in the HR video. So this is all about this video, about the CC experience. So kindly provide me a subscription and like and comment and share my contents with your friends. So if you find it really helpful, because this motivates me really to put up the videos for you guys. I'm doing this for so that it will be beneficial for you people. That's all the reason. That's why I'm doing this. So thank you so much. I'll see you in another video. Thank you.